Yes, Nate. What, son? Okay.
Can I have some popcorn?
Yeah.
But can I show you something on TV upstairs at work?
Nate, I'm on a live stream, buddy, not right now. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction, and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole, and I'm a recovering addict, and my sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. Tonight, we are going to have the People's Choice. That's right. I want you guys to come up and share how you're doing, kind of like a midweek check-in, or an end of the, we're in Thursday, so we're practically done. But kind of like a check-in of the week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the link, and then anyone who wants to come up and share tonight is more than willing. I'm welcome to come up and share. Is that what you're going to have? Okay, baby. Do you want some milk?
But can I show you something on TV upstairs?
No, not right now.
It's really beautiful.
No, not right now. I'll see it in a little bit. I love you, bud. Okay? It's not because I don't love you.
It kind of looks ugly.
I bet it's probably something scary. I know how you are.
And beautiful.
You're probably trying to make mommy be scared. Huh? All right, my people. Okay, cool. There we go. All right. So you guys come on in, and I am going to, like I said, get everything going. And yeah, let me get something to drink, and then we'll get started. So come on in, you guys. Come on in. Everybody come on in. Come on in. Drop your sobriety date in the comment section, so that way we can show those people that are still out in active addiction that recovery is possible and that they are not alone. So, hey, Sam. Thanks for coming, girl. I'm going to get me some water, and then we are going to have a recovery support free-for-all. Anybody's welcome to come up and share today. So, yeah. Recovery support here on Real Talk Recovery. Yeah. I know I'm crazy, y'all. I already know. Real Talk Recovery. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This cup is huge, so. All right, mamacitas. Okay, so I don't know how many of you girls are into makeup like I am, but I love makeup, you guys. And so I'm really starting to try and like dial down my collection and just really like focus on like products that I'm interested in. So anyway, that's for another video. We were going to have a guest on tonight, y'all, but my internet has been going in and out. And so I went ahead and let her know that I didn't think I was going to have internet. So we'll get her on another time. She's real cool. Okay. Real Talk Recovery. Okay. All right. So I want to tell you guys some of the stuff that's going on in my real life, so that way you guys will kind of know. So Saturday, I'm leaving for Branson, Missouri to go on vacation with my family, my husband and my son. And I will be gone until Thursday of next week. When I do come back, you guys, I am going to come back for a couple days, maybe a week. And then I'm going to fly to California to go to work with Dr. B and the rest of the team at American Addiction Institute of Mind and Medicine. I am really excited about going and working with Dr. B. Like, I'm really excited. I cannot wait to just meet everybody down there and then help people that are struggling. Like, I'm really can't wait to help addicts and alcoholics that are struggling still. That's like I am so excited to meet and like just be able to like relate, just share my story with those people that are down there that are struggling, and just let them know that they're not alone and that they have support, and that, you know, if they want to, they can be a part of the Real Talk Recovery family. And I'm really, really excited about that. But anyway, what else do I got to tell you guys about? Oh, so I have to buy a new, hey Avalon, hey Michelle, I see you guys over on Facebook. Let me tell them to come over here. Okay, so so in order to like do my job for Dr. B and them, and then my job here on YouTube, I have to buy a new laptop. So the laptop that I need to buy, you guys, no joke, it's a good laptop. That's why I need to invest in it. So it's almost $1,300. It's $1,300. And so I'm going to do it. I have to do it. Like, I have to pull the trigger and buy it. I'm contemplating on whether or not I should do like, I don't know, to see if anybody wants to kind of pitch in and help me pay for it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to just handle it on my own. Hey, Misty, love you, girl. I'm excited to see you too. Hey, Ashley. Hey, sweet baby girl. You're all my girls. I love y'all so much. I'm trying to think about, like, I don't feel comfortable like asking anybody to help me from my channel. So I called my dad today, and I talked to him about it, and he said that that when he got the money from my grandma's estate, that he would, you know, help me to buy it. So it's expensive. It's $1,300, and I don't have that kind of money laying around. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you want to come up, click, hold on. Hey Joe, what's up? Okay, I just had to let people know on Facebook, so that way they didn't think I was ignoring them. I've seen other people do stuff to where they like raised up the whole amount of money for a new laptop, but I don't know. I don't want to do that here. So what I'm gonna do, I called my dad. He's gonna help me buy it. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. Okay, hold on. So my boss is like a computer genius, and so like he knows what kind of stuff to get, and this is the one that he told me I need to. This is the one that he recommended. Let me get it. It's a gaming laptop, you guys, but I'm really struggling on this laptop. Like, I know you guys can see like the quality is real shitty, and it's just not as clear as it could be. And so I just really, and then listen to this. If I get this new laptop, you guys, I'll be able to edit my videos. And so that's another thing that's been holding me back from kind of like moving on to the next phase of development here on my channel, is that I don't have a laptop that is up to par. I have a laptop, and that's what I'm on right now, but it's not compatible with my brand new camera. So I have a brand new camera that my friend Nick from Hopeless to Hopeful bought me, you guys. He bought me this camera. And so I really need like some other thing to help me so I can do better videos. Okay. Let me show you all the laptop. Okay, it's called a computer app upgrade king. Thin gaming laptop with a lot of RAM, 32 gigabytes of RAM. And it's $12.24.99. $12.24.99. Joe says, I'm feeling better, mostly rough day. It's amazing how much hitting a mirror meeting helped me work through it. You know damn well RTR always helps as well. Hell yeah, I know it does. I know it does. Okay, let me get a recovery book out, and we will read a little bit about some recovery today. Okay? Now, as soon as the Mara book comes out, I'll be able to read out the Mara book. But for right now, I'm going to hit the AA book, which is tried and true. This is a good book, you guys. It's got a lot of good information in it about the disease of addiction. And, you know, I love it. So, okay, I know what I'm going to read to you guys. Are y'all ready? Come on in. Class is in session. Class is in session. Come on in, everybody. Have a seat. Get yourself something to drink. Get yourself a pen and a piece of paper, and let's do some recovery reading, and let's get connected. Class is in session, y'all. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Okay. Y'all want me to read to you guys when I was in treatment. I wrote all this when I was in rehab. Okay? And we were studying and we were having to read. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Joe. Okay, class is in session, everybody. I'm just teasing. But let me read to you guys about this, okay? So this was my little essay that I wrote on more about alcoholism. Nicole is a real alcoholic. Like most, for a long period of time, I was unwilling to admit that I was a real alcoholic, therefore hindering me from working step one and receiving the benefits of this program. Okay, so I was unwilling to admit that I had a problem, basically. I was always finding like an excuse on why I could still use and drink. That was probably one of the hardest things for me to grasp, was that I cannot drink and use drugs anymore. Because when I drink and use drugs, I fuck shit up. When I drink and use drugs, I have negative consequences. There are some people who can drink and use drugs and they don't drive their cars into brick walls. They don't cheat on their husbands. They don't steal from Walmart. They don't shoot methamphetamine and, go on a high-speed pursuit with the cops following them behind. Like, there's some people that can do that and they don't have the reaction to drugs and alcohol that we do. We have an allergic reaction to drugs and alcohol, you guys. An addict or an alcoholic's body doesn't metabolize alcohol and drugs the same way a person who is not a drug addict does. And so when a drug addict or an alcoholic takes substances into our body, it triggers that obsession. Okay, so let me read more. Okay, I also did not want to think I was different from everybody else. My drinking and my using drugs my drinking and using career is full of thousands of attempts to prove myself and others that I could drink and use successfully. Thousands of vain attempts at half-hearted attempts at sobriety. So I would try so hard and I would give it just enough to get over that first bit, right? Like I would get sober for like 6 months. I've told you guys these stories. Like I could get sober for 6 months. I could get sober for 3 months. I could even stay sober for 9 months, you guys. But I wasn't able to obtain or maintain long-term sobriety. And it was because I never took step one. I could not fully admit or accept that I was an alcoholic and a drug addict. And I wanted to hang on to that last bit of drugs and alcohol until it took me down through there, until it almost cost me my son. And that happens to so many people that they will drink and use until a consequence is great enough to snap them out of it. And so that's what happened to me. I had consequence after consequence after consequence, but no consequence was great enough until my son was removed from my care. And that's what really, really woke me up. I am an abnormal drinker through and through. I was alcoholic at the first drink. This great obsession that I could control my drinking has resulted in near-death experiences. 1 coma for 7 days, 1 year of state prison time, an open DHS case, and my 1-year-old son removed from my custody. Loss of thousands and thousands of dollars, suspended driver's license. I hurt myself and my family, lost my self-respect, values, morals, the list goes on and on. The delusion that I am like other people has finally been smashed. Because that's the problem. Like, I'm not normal. I'm not like everybody else, and neither are you. And we have to stop acting like we are, or else we're going to die of our disease. If we keep acting like we can drink and use drugs like normal people, we're going to follow our addictions to death. I'm from London, England, and just want to wish everyone good luck in their sobriety. Unfortunately, I have not mastered it yet, but I will. Hey, Eddie, welcome to the family, man. Welcome. Come on in, have a seat. You ain't got to be sober to hang out with us. We understand. We've all been there. Right, guys? Eddie, are you an addict or an alcoholic? Or both? I'm both. So don't even feel bad, man. It's all good. Hold on. I refuse to give them scumbag drug dealers any more money. That's right, Eddie. Eddie, listen to me. Just get angry, okay? And use that angriness as dedication and reach out for help, okay? Like, seriously, don't. It's so difficult to white knuckle it and try to stay away from drugs and alcohol by ourselves. But when you have a team of people supporting you through it, you will be able to succeed. So come on in. You can be with us, and we'll help you get sober, man. Okay? Okay. Okay, here we go. The delusion that I am like other people has finally been smashed. No real alcoholic ever regains control. So, how many of you guys have, started drinking or started using drugs, and you're like, I've got this under control, y'all. Everything's going to be just fine. It's not like I'm out of control. I'm only like using on the weekends, or I'm only drinking on Friday and Saturday nights. It's not like I drink in the morning or anything. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I've got this all under control, right? That is our addiction telling us that we have control of what's going on, because actually what's happening right before our own eyes is we are slipping and losing control. Every drink we drink, every drug we do, we're losing more and more control. Okay, I practiced every form of self-deception, lying to myself, until I could be honest with myself and accept my addiction. I continued down a rocky path of deceptions, lies, fantasy, and hell. I have tried every method to successfully drink like others. I tried every way, and then some, just like in the book. I quickly diagnosed myself alcoholic. I was an alcoholic, but did not accept it for such a long time. I had to get honest. Once I was honest with myself about it, did not take long for me to decide I was and am an alcoholic. No way to prove it, but we believe that early in our drinking careers, most of us could have stopped drinking if we wanted to. So, hey, Courtney, what's up, girl? When you first pick up alcohol and drugs, you guys, this is with alcohol or drugs. When you first pick up, at that moment, you have the power of choice. Okay? when you take drugs and alcohol into your body for the first time, you're able to make decisions at that time, right? It isn't until we continue that behavior that we start losing the power of choice and that addiction thinking and obsession kicks in. Okay? This might have been true for me when my drinking and using was still and not a necessity. So, do y'all remember when drinking and getting high was fun and you enjoyed it and you could go to a party and kick back and, snort a line and dance and like have a bunch of boyfriends or girlfriends all around you, like when it was a party still, right? But what happens after time, after years of abusing drugs and alcohol, the fun and the luxury of using and drinking, it disappears and it becomes a way of your life that you have to do it in order to survive. So you're no longer having a good time, you're in survival mode because your brain needs those drugs and that alcohol to give it pleasure because it doesn't know how to produce its own dopamine and its own serotonin to make natural pleasure. So now you're operating on this, I've got to get this to change the way I feel because my brain can't do it on its own. So you're stuck in this vicious cycle, you know? Toward the end, all I was doing was trying to maintain. I had no choice. I had to drink and high to live. So I had to get high to live my life. Like I couldn't do it without it because, like I said, your brain and your body become dependent on these substances, you guys. And stopping cold turkey, you guys all know, you're literally going to go through hell. And so that's what prohibits a lot of us from being able to get sober and stay sober is that going through withdrawal and trying to get through the physical and the mental withdrawal, the depression, the anxiety, the doom and gloom. That is what makes it so difficult and makes a lot of people turn back because the brain has been injured, you guys. And so when we rip all those drugs and alcohol out of us, our brain is literally like, what is going on? Our bodies are screaming for relief. Relief. Just give me some relief, you know? Okay. Oh, my back just hurts. Okay, what do you guys think about this? Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Once an addict, always an addict. Commencing to drink or use after a long time of sobriety, we are in short time as bad as ever. So what do you guys think about that saying? Once an addict, always an addict. I absolutely agree with that. A lot of people will get to a certain point, and I've seen this happen many, many times, and I'm sure you guys have too. A lot of people get to a certain point in their sobriety, you guys, where there's like for instance, I'll use myself as an example, where they've been sober for 5 years and this like almost cockiness comes about, right? And they think, well, I've been sober for 5 years, you know, I'm doing great. I'm not going to relapse. I'm going to be fine, right? And so that's when that first thought. There's a link if anybody wants to come up and share. I just put the link in the chat. Hey, what's up? When you start thinking in your mind, like, I've got this, it's not that bad. I've been sober for 5 years. Like, I'm doing great. When you start thinking those thoughts, that's your addiction feeding you a lie. Because what our addiction wants, the disease of addiction is very cunning, baffling, and powerful. Hey, Jonathan. It will trick you into thinking that you have got this all figured out. Believe me, I know it does it to me all the time. And it will tell you, yeah, Nicole, you've been sober for 5 years. I mean, look at you. You're killing it, girl. You got a YouTube channel. You got people that look up to you. You got your son back. You got your husband's happy. You got a great job. You're doing so good, right? Pumping you up, pumping you up, pumping you up, right? It's pumping me up so that way I can say, well, I'm doing so good. I deserve a rest. I deserve a reward or a treat. I could go get a Xanax. Nobody would know. I could go drink a little bit, kick my feet back, have a beer or two. Nobody would ever know. Ooh, what about a little just for the weekend? Nobody would ever know. Those thoughts start spinning around in my mind. I've got this. I've been sober for 5 years. I've been doing so good. Nobody would ever know. Nobody would ever know. Then I'm like, you know what? I don't like saying my name. Hi, my name's Nicole and I'm an addict. Fuck that shit. I'm not an addict. I don't like that word. It's degrading. I don't want to be known as an addict for the rest of my life. I'm no longer saying that. I I'm not I'm not even going to talk about recovery anymore. I've got this. I've been sober for 5 years. I'll be fine. You know, I'm not focusing on recovery. I'm not focusing on addiction anymore. I'm not going to worry about all that. Slowly but surely, the addiction is coming in. Your mind is starting to change. You've gone from one extreme to all about that recovery life to now you're telling everybody that you're not an addict anymore and you're getting distant. You're sneaking away, right? Right? Honey, next thing you know, bam, she's out taking Xanax and drove her car into a brick wall. I've seen, and that's happened to me so many times. Okay, so many times I have gotten to a point where I have a little bit of sobriety and I feel like I'm doing great. I feel like I deserve something or celebration. And then bam, I'm telling myself I'm not an addict anymore. I'm telling myself there's recovery's not all life is cut out to be. You guys, I'm telling you what, I've heard so many people do this where they're like, oh, well, I don't like focusing on recovery. All of a sudden, they don't want to talk about recovery anymore because they want to get high. Because they want to get high, straight up. That's how cunning and baffling and powerful this addiction is. It'll have your mind telling yourself that it's like, this is the most important thing in my life is my recovery. I have got to put it like that. Because if I don't keep my recovery as the number one important thing in my life, guess what? I'm not going to have my son. I'm not going to have my husband. I'm not going to have my life. I have seen so many people go from doing so well, making their meetings, calling their accountability and sponsors, just really engulfed in recovery and making changes in their life, being open-minded, taking suggestions, not listening to their selves. And then all of a sudden they flip a switch and they pull back, they isolate, they no longer want to talk about recovery, they don't want to even acknowledge that they ever had an addiction. Okay, that's manipulation. That is your mind. That's the mind. That's the addict mind. Never be so bold that you say you'll never use. That's what I mentioned. That's to what's his name, Nicole. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Ashley says, I almost lost my hubby and kids this last run. Heck, girl, it's serious. Cher says, isn't that the goal, though, is not to use, not to think about it, but put it behind you and move on in your life? Isn't that the whole point of recovery and the goal that people try to reach? I don't think that the goal is to forget or to move past it, because what did they tell you guys? Like, our past is our greatest asset. And so I'll read you a part in the book where it talks about it. It says, we don't regret the past, nor do we want to shut the door on it. So I don't regret any of the things that I did in my active addiction or my alcoholism. I don't regret it, and I don't want to shut the door on it. Because when I try to shut the door on the past and act like it wasn't there and forget it and move on, right? How am I going to reflect and remember where I came from? It's all about humility, okay? This whole mindset that I'm going to forget and I'm going to move on and I'm never going to, that's a surefire way. I'm telling you guys, like, I've seen it time and time again. I'm not telling you guys this because I'm trying to be funny or anything. Like, I've seen it so many times. And that was a great question, Cher, just so you know. Great question. I've seen it so many times where people say that they want to move forward from it. They want to forget. And that's not, we don't forget it. We don't ever forget it because we use that to remind us so we don't repeat the same behavior. See, when we're trying to forget and move on and block it out, that's how we end up forgetting and making the same mistake over and over and over again. Hey, Grind and Shine. Ashley says, I have to talk about recovery and work my steps and do meetings because if not, I'll be high and lose it all. Yep, me too, girl. Let me see. Sorry, I want to read y'all's comments. My addict mind told me to hide my Suboxone and to not work a program. Almost as painful as being in active addiction. Absolutely, girl. My celebration wouldn't be to go and have Xanax. My celebration would to be go and buy a new purse or a new pair of shoes. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a healthy celebration, Cher. That's a healthy celebration. Okay, that's a great idea. Yes, that's right, Jeff. Jeff says, everything we have done has made us who we are today. Nicole, yes, that's what I'm telling you, girl. Nicole, are you telling me that if you stop talking about recovery and just focus on your life, you would relapse? Now, I'm not saying that I would guarantee you I would relapse, right? But what I'm telling you is, for me, in my experience, Cher, and this is just because I've tried to do it many times. So I know from my previous actions, okay? I have tried to pull away from recovery and focusing on it. And every time I've done that, I have relapsed. And so that's why this last time I have been so gung ho. And I have just focused for the last 5 years on recovery and giving back and helping others. Because the moment I pull out of that mindset, I get loose with it, you guys. And I get loose with it and I end up losing everything. So yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Mark says, I don't live in my past, but I damn sure will never forget it. Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay, so Jeff says, remembering our past and our pain is a huge motivator to not go back. That's right. That's right, guys. Good job. I can't forget where I came from. I got a reality check recently and it scared the shit out of me. In 1 second, and I can be right back there. And that is the thing, you guys. Like, we're not talking about like forgetting a relationship that we had a bad relationship. We're not talking about like moving on from an old religion. We're talking about life and death. We're talking about whether I live or whether I die. Okay? So for me, I've got to focus 100% on recovery. And I know a lot of people might not understand that. And that's because a lot of people haven't been back and forth, relapse, sober, relapse, sober. A lot of people haven't lost everything. Okay? When you lose everything to your addiction, it ain't nothing to talk about recovery every day. This is nothing. This is a walk in the park. I enjoy this. This is fun. I love my life today. I love helping other people. I love sharing about recovery and how it works. There is no shame in my game. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to move past that. I'm never going to move past my recovery. My recovery is part of my life, and it has literally saved my life and has enabled me to be a mother to my son and has enabled me to be here for you guys. And so it'll always be something that I carry my head high and be proud of, that I'm in recovery. And I want to share that with other people. I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to be selfish. That's what it is. I'm not about me all the time anymore. And so that's why I do this, because I want to help other people find something that works for them, like I have found something that works for me. And it's the best feeling in the whole wide world whenever you can give back and help other people and they can see that they can do it too. I never realized, you guys, until Corrales came on the channel that one night. And you guys tell me all the time how much I help you, right? But I don't. Hey, Jessica. Hey, girl. Hold on. Let me see. What's up? What's up, girl? Where you been? Where you been, girl? Sorry, guys. I love you too, Cher. Thank you. Good night, baby. And that's the thing, like, and I don't want you to think I'm getting snappy or anything. It's just that I've had people ask me that before. They've asked me, like, aren't you ever going to not talk about recovery? Aren't you almost like shaming me because I talk about recovery, because I talk about what works for me, right? And I'm just like, why would you shame me about being happy to share my sobriety with other people? You know what I mean? Why would you? Why would I want to forget? Like, you know what? I, I don't want to forget that I have been able to recover. You know what I do? You know what I don't want to have to ever remember is the horrible bad things. Like those things I could do without, but I even have to have those, right? Those things help me to stay sober where I am today. Oh yeah, girl, I'm only on 1 milligram. I feel great. I was just telling my friend that earlier. That's awesome. Jonathan, how are you doing? Jonathan says, doing better for the most part, especially in my recovery. So for those of you guys that don't know, Jonathan is my sister's ex-boyfriend. And so, Jonathan, I'm always happy when I see you come into the live. If anybody wants to come up and share, there's the link. You can just click that link and it'll bring you up here with me. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, okay? So I just wanted to see, okay, so now I have, let me think. This is so true for me. Every time I went back out, I would do one. I have so many good notes here, you guys. Okay, here's a good one for you guys, okay? If anyone questions his or her addiction, try leaving it alone for 1 year. If he or she is a real addict or alcoholic, there is a scant chance that they will be able to leave drugs and alcohol alone. There you go. If anyone questions that they have an addiction, try to leave whatever the substance is. Maybe it's sex addiction or gambling addiction. If you are questioning whether or not you're an addict or an alcoholic or have an addiction to anything, try leaving that thing that you have the problem with alone for 1 year. And if you can do it, then you might not have an addiction. But if you can't, you probably do. Oh, I feel great, girl. 1 milligram is perfect. I love it. I don't mean to sound so. Oh, Cher, thanks, girl. I know you're not being. I appreciate you. Thank you, Cher. Thank you, baby. Cher says she loves me and I motivate her. I totally understand. I know that you're not coming from a nasty place. There's some people that do though, Cher, and I know you know what I'm talking about, girl. I don't think that you're being nasty though. Can't wait for you to take the plunge. I'm so excited for you. I'm not, girl. I'm chilling. I'm not ready yet. I am chilling. It'll be all right though. It'll be all right. That's good. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me get back to the thing. Sorry, I was reading y'all's comments. Okay, so unable to drink moderately like me. Question: how do I stop altogether? Okay, and so the answer is you have to have a desire to stop. Okay, the crux of the problem is our own mental state before relapse. Okay, so here are some excuses that I used to use when I wanted to get high or drunk. So I want you guys to list 5 excuses in the comment section that you would use when you wanted to get high. Okay, so I would use these excuses. Listen to this. I'm so depressed. I'm just in a funk today. You know, the coronavirus, we're in quarantine. I don't have anything else to do. Might as well get high. Okay. I just got promoted at my job. We got to celebrate. Time to get high. Okay. My man just cheated on me. I am so mad. Fuck him. Go get high. Anxiety, worry, just feeling uneasy. I need to get this anxiety. I need to get this feeling off of me. You know what I mean? That was one of the things that main things that I would use for was because I just felt like shit, right? And I think that a lot of the reasons why I felt like shit, you guys, was because I was I was constantly in a state of withdrawal because I wasn't independently wealthy. So I was always not feeling good, you know? Yeah, that's right. Everything can be used in everything. Shoot, everything. Okay, so this is where I learned about euphoric recall, you guys. So it says we have no defense against the first drink or drug. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Euphoric recall, only remembering the fun times when we were getting high or drunk. So we have to retrain our brain. Okay, so you know how when you used to get high and fucked up and you would remember like, oh yeah, I remember that one time we were at that keg party and I was like twerking and then I did a keg stand and drank all that beer. Yeah, laughing, like comparing notes, right? Now in recovery, we have to retrain our brain. Instead of me reverting back to that fun time I had when I was doing the keg stands, why don't I think back to the time I went to that keg party and I got in the car with my old man and we got into a fight and he threw up my vehicle into oncoming traffic. See, we have to retrain our brain to instead of look at what was happening during the drinking and the using, what happened after? What was the consequence of that day? You know, what did you get for getting high and drunk? All right. You might have been having a good time while you were doing it, but what happened in the long run? What play the tape all the way through. Okay. Play the tape all the way through. Yes, Merk, I was the same way. I breathe. I gotta get high. It's basically us just retraining our brains how to think, you know, because for so long, all he thought about was, I don't feel good, or I need to change this feeling, so I'm going to use. You know, we never thought past that instant gratification of what we were going to do when we got high, how it was going to feel and what it was going to do for us. It was just that thought and then so quickly, you know? Oh, girl, I got food addiction like no other. Retrain your motherfucking brain. That's right, y'all. I'm telling you guys, it just hits me sometimes though, because like I'll be talking here and I'll be sharing with you guys, but then it'll hit me and I'll go, I don't know, it's like I just understand finally. You know, for so many years, you guys, I struggled trying to get sober because I didn't understand how to get sober. I didn't understand what needed to be done. And so now I'm finally know, like I know what I have to do and I know how to share that with other people now. And so every time like when something hits me, it's like, damn, that's it, Nicole. Like you've got this, you're learning, you know what to do now. You just have to put it, you just have to use it. You just have to put it into action. Okay. Have y'all ever heard of the Yets? The Yets. You will eventually get there. Okay. Eventually you will get there. Self-will equals death. Okay. Smash that like button. I love you, girl. Okay, so do you guys like it when I do this recovery content or no? Hold on just a second, guys. American Addiction Institute of Mind and Medicine. Nicole speaking. How can I help you? Hey, what's up? Good. What about you? Uh-huh. Okay. He was on the on our website, and he called. I can actually hold on. I'm actually on YouTube on a live stream. So hold on. Let me go on here, and it's okay though. I can. Well, no, I can't pull it up. You want me to pull it up after I end this live stream? Is that okay with you? And I'll pull it up, and I can tell you exactly where he was searching on, because it shows it in our new system now. It'll show exactly where he was looking and all that. But when he called, he just said, "Hey, I'm looking for sober living," and I was like, "Okay, do you need treatment or IOP also?" And he was like, "No, just sober living." And so I was like, "Okay." And then I texted you and got the information and all that. Mhm. Okay, that's all. But when I get up here, when I get off the live stream, I will look on my computer and get the. I'll send you the specs like where it's actually working on. That's all the one I have. That's how I got. Okay. All right. Thanks, man. I'll call you back in a little bit. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm so excited. All right. I'll talk to you a little bit. Okay. Bye. Sorry about that, guys. That was one of my coworkers. Okay, so let me put this out here. I am so excited, you guys, to go to California. Y'all have no idea. Anybody in here? Anybody live in California? Because if you do, baby, I'm coming to you. So, Jessica, we are doing good, girl. I'm so glad to see you in here. For real, I hadn't seen you for so long. Applying what you've learned is typically the real battle. Joe, say that again. Say it from the rooftop so everybody can hear. Basically, yeah, that's the whole thing. It's so difficult to like put everything into action. And I think that's why, you guys, a lot of us we need to have support or someone else that we look up to. Okay. So I'm not going to say sponsor because it doesn't even have to be a sponsor. Okay. You don't have to go through the 12 steps and do AA to stay sober. Okay. So there's a lot of you guys that utilize me as a kind of like accountability partner or somebody that you look up to that you can bounce ideas off of and that you can talk to. And, that helps you to stay accountable. It helps you to stay on the right track. And it also helps you not to make just rash decisions out of nowhere, right? And so utilizing someone else that can help you stay on task is going to help you implement these changes in your life. I couldn't do this on my own. Okay. I needed someone to guide me and help me implement these changes. Just like now, I have a personal trainer to lose weight because I need someone to help me implement those changes in my life with healthy eating and exercise. Are you really? Okay, good. It's not a problem at all and done taking for most part, but I need to get back what I'm so lucky to be getting. That's right, Jonathan. That's right. And listen, so Jonathan says something. Here you go, you guys. So Jonathan wants to start giving back, right? Jonathan, you know how you can start giving back right now? You can start giving back by sharing your experience, by sharing your story with others. That will help so many people. It's so many people can relate, you guys, to where we have all been. Hey, Jamie, what's up, girl? Hey, Pete. Pete, you're from California? Oh, you live in North. Okay, never mind. I was like, I'm gonna be there. I'm coming to you. And yes, Jonathan is on Facebook. Let me get the Real Talk Recovery Facebook group, you guys. So are you guys enjoying this format? We haven't done like a recovery related, like kind of, I don't want to say lecture, but group in a while. Like I've just been doing like story times and then like having guest speakers on. Are y'all missing talking about recovery? Because I felt like there's the Facebook group link, you guys. I felt like I had gotten that you guys were getting tired of, like we needed to kind of like talk about and have some speakers and stuff on. And then now we're getting back to like focusing on Santa Ana, California. And I am going, I think, the 10th through the 15th. So did I just put my Patreon? Yes, I did. Okay, so that's my Patreon, you guys. If any of you guys want to join the Patreon group. And then we have, because I don't have a super chat, so we'll put the recovery journey PayPal in the link. And then I'm also going to get the Discord. And we're going to be on for a little bit, you guys. I'm going to stay on for about 2 hours tonight because I'm just having a good time and I like coming on here with you guys. So, share link. Hold on. You've never been on Facebook? That's okay. Here's a Discord too. Bam. All right. Jonathan lives in Little Rock. Or in Arkansas, don't you, Jonathan? So, okay. Let's keep on going because y'all are liking it. And I love that y'all like it. Okay, so now I am going to share with you guys the third step prayer, okay? And so this is a prayer that you can say when you are making the decision to turn your will and your life over to the care of God as you understand Him, okay? It says God. You can say God, you can say higher power, you can say homie, you can say yo, okay? However you talk to your higher power is between you and Him, okay? God, I offer myself to Thee to build with me and to do with me as Thy will. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do Thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of Thy power, Thy love, and Thy way of life. May I do Thy will always. So basically what we're doing is we're turning our will and our life over to the care of our higher power as we understand Him. Okay? And so, hey, come on up. Come on up, Let me get the link. Heck yeah. I love it when you guys come up here. That's the whole point. I love it. Hold on, let me get the link. That way you can share it with everybody. And you can just look at me, you can share with us how you've been doing with your recovery and everything. Okay? And you know how it is. I'm always down to have somebody up here. Hell yeah. Let me get the link, okay? Bam. There you go, baby. It'll be up in the chat in just a second. 114 degrees. Ugh. Hey, April. What's up, girl? That is super hot. Ooh. Okay, I'll give you a minute. So, okay, what was I talking about then? Oh, yeah, turning our will and our life over. Okay, so. What else do I want to do? Where's that one book? Oh, let me get this book too. All right. And this is also a really, really good book if you guys love recovery content. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you'll just see me. That's great, April. How are you feeling? Are you feeling okay? Good for you. Did you taper off of it? How did you do? Tell us about it, girl. Hey, Hitman. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. Okay, so listen to this quote, you guys. What I used to think of as happiness was merely distraction from the pain of disconnection, of separateness from you. So, the spiritual awakening, listen to this, you guys. This is a good spirit. Okay. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to addicts and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. This step is all-encompassing. It compromises a life lived differently, with different objectives, carried out from a different perspective. When I am working this step, I am no longer the person that embarked on step 1, which is absolutely true. When you get down to from 1 to 12, you're a new person, you guys. Because when you started out at 1, when I started out 1, I was selfish, I was self-seeking, I was manipulative, I was still struggling with my addict behavior, you know? All right, Jeff, see you later. Yeah, I got Discord, girl. I got everything. I'm not in there a lot. So I need you guys to help me. Listen, all these things that we have for Real Talk Recovery, they're only going to be as good as you guys make them. Okay. So if you guys want, to be active and have everything popping, then, hold on just a second. Zephyr Medical Group, Nicole speaking. How can I help you? Oh, ma'am. Okay. Yeah, I just need you to call back. And when you call back, press option 4, and that will take you to Kylie so she can make you an appointment. You're welcome. Have a great day. I'm on the clock. I never rest. No, just playing, y'all. Okay. So, what was I saying? Okay. The 3 clauses of this step each relate to one another. The altruistic aspect of the step carry the message, okay? My personal experience often unfolds thusly. A person reaches out to me for help. I think I'm not doing that. What's in it for me? What? A person reaches out for help. I think I'm not doing that. What's in it for me? Then I realize that I no longer approach life from that perspective and agree to be of assistance where possible. That's it. Then I find myself, for example, in a prison talking about drug addiction, and I think, and sometimes say, the person that I used to be would not have done this. He was too selfish. I, on the other hand, am doing it. Therefore, I am not that person. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Back in my active addiction, there's no way I would be spending 2 hours on a YouTube channel talking about addiction recovery with absolutely people I've never met in my real life. Because when I was in my addiction, all I cared about was how I could get ahead. What can you give me? How can I make myself feel better? Okay? I am a totally different person now. Okay. Usually I don't mention that. Then I find myself, for example, usually I don't mention. Okay. In my working of step 12 is the understanding that I will always default to self-centeredness. Okay. If I don't work on my mental and spiritual state, I automatically become selfish and indifferent to the suffering of others. A friend of mine says the spiritual life is like rowing a canoe away from a waterfall. If you stop rowing, you will get pulled backwards. So, staying sober, working our step 12, turning our wheel over, all that is consistent. It takes consistency and follow through and continuing to do the next right thing. If we stop doing it, we're going to go backwards. So that is why I don't stop doing my recovery. That's why I keep doing my videos, because I know that I have to keep moving, because if I stop, then I'm going to go back. You know what I'm saying? This book, all these books, you guys, if you read any books about recovery that are at least 12-step related, these things will be shown to you. And then try it. Go out and stop, doing recovery. Stop, working your program and see what happens. You'll slowly fall back. Oh, I don't know where she went. Oh, she went to detox? Okay, cool. That's great. It didn't matter anyway. That's awesome. Awesome. I'm proud of you for getting off, girl. My condition will always lure me back to sex, drugs, and selfishness. With step 10, we can spot the thinking habits that will likely lead back to these destructive behaviors before they hold. With step 2, we maintain a state of serenity and connectivity. That means these harmful patterns are less alluring. In step 12, we commit to a different way of life and a different reason for living. And this step is the confirmation that the point of this process is to induce a spiritual awakening, that our problem was living in an egocentric and self-centered prison, and that our new motivation is the desire to help others. See? It's a new motivation. I wish I could stop taking methadone, but I'm tapering slowly. Well, let's talk about it, Jamie. Do you want to come up here and talk and share? You don't have to show your face. Let me put it in the chat. Bam, there you go. So Jamie, why do you say that, girl? Why are you unhappy being on it? Tell me about it. Is it because you don't like taking it? Is it because other people say stuff about it and it makes you feel insecure? Is it because you have family members who want you to get it off? What is it? What is it? I do not understand. Hey, girl. Yeah, Jessica, I actually have been talking with him back and forth on Facebook. And I actually was talking to him today about Kratom, because he had made a video about it. And then I talked a little bit about Kratom on my channel. And I really do feel for him, because I feel like he's being forced to get off of Suboxone. And I feel for him because that's not, when you are forced and you're under stress and you are basically told you have to get off of it or you're not going to be able to see your kids, that's hard. That's hard. And so since day one, I have been very vocal about him taking his time, tapering low and slow, little by little, and getting down as low as he could before he jumped off. And when he jumped off at 2 milligrams, I was just like, oh no. But I was like, he's going to do all right. He can do this. He can do this. And then he did good. He did it. But I think he got a little bit too excited, because I don't think the withdrawal had started kicking in yet. And then I saw his video today about Kratom, and I was just like, well, I mean, I just know how he is about taking things over and over and over and over again. And that's the whole point. You guys, that is what happened. That is the addiction. Addiction is that obsession. And so in order to get that obsession in check, or to help to change that, it's like so much work and therapy and just focusing on trying to like not obsessively use, either one of the substances, whether it be Suboxone or Kratom. I know because I went through the same thing when I first got on Suboxone, you guys. When I first started taking Suboxone for the first year, I was overtaking it and I was taking too much. And the reason why I was doing that is because of the obsession. I would think, okay, I would wake up and I would take a little bit, my 2 milligrams or something, and then I would go to work. And then halfway through the day at work, I would be like, I need a little energy. And so I would take another 2 milligrams and so on and so forth throughout the day. And so what I was doing was I was using Suboxone to try and change the way I felt. And so whenever you're using a substance to try and change the way you feel, like if it's anxiety you're trying to fight, discomfort, depression, anger, sadness, just want to energy. When you're using that substance to try and enhance that or make you feel better, that's going to be a constant, just hamster wheel, hamster wheel. And so when I watched this video about Kratom, I thought, I've seen him with Suboxone and how he talked about obsessively snorting it all the time. And so I thought, damn, man, if he had a problem with Suboxone, then he is going to be slamming back spoonfuls of that Kratom. And that shit is disgusting. you know, ah, now there would be no control with the subs because he'd be flying higher than a kite. Oh, I did the same thing he's doing. I'm on 4 months free. He will get there. He just needs 30 days to grip it. I know, girl. It's hard though. So it's hard. It's what it is. It's the discomfort. And like he said, he's got to work, man. That 1 week isn't long. It's that 1 week isn't enough. Like, especially when you're feeling so uncomfortable. I totally understand. Like I know how I couldn't work a fucking labor job if I was going through withdrawal, because hubby isn't working right now and money is really tight. I'm trying to get on Medicaid, but they say it could take up to 45 days to get approved. Oh, like Medi-Cal, Jamie? If you need help, I'll help you, girl, and get on it or help you fill out before it, whatever. I know, Jessica. I know, girl. I watched. If he had, and this, it's all in the past now. We can't change it. It's already done, right? But what he should have done is jumped off while he was still working, right? And worked the full week, and then had that next week off, where that was his second week, because that's when the withdrawal really starts. Is that like 5 or 6 days into the Suboxone, the real, like not feeling good and all that. Whew, that's why I'm not even tripping, you guys. I'm on 1 milligram. I feel great. Like I'm chilling right now, I don't want to rush anything. Excuse me. Oh yeah, Arizona. I forget. I keep on thinking, I don't know why I want to put you in California, Jamie. I don't know why. And I know he can do it too, Jessica. He just needs support. He's all over there by himself, girl. I've been inviting him over here to hang out with us. Everybody that watches my channel has been inviting him to come over here and be with us. And I message him on Messenger to check on him. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, you guys. Like, we can't make anybody do anything. And so I know that he's probably like one of those manly men, so he probably feels like not wanting to be around all of us girls. So I can kind of understand. But he'll be all right though. I know he'll be okay. I just didn't want to depend on a medication to feel normal, and the fear of not being able to pay for it scares me. I understand, Jamie. I do understand, girl. I really used to struggle with that feeling too. We can talk about that too. My boyfriend used to go to his National Guard drill while dope sick. He said he feels like such a pussy now because he can't do nothing if he's withdrawing. Really, Sarah? Damn, he's a beast if he was able to go to his drill withdrawing. That's crazy. Hey, Nikki, where you been? I just didn't want to depend on medication to feel normal, and the fear of not being able to pay for it scares me. So I totally understand, and I think that is something we could all talk about. So how many of you guys have felt that where you feel the feeling inside of you that, hey, I don't want to have to be dependent on a medication, right? I have felt like that, you guys. I have felt like that. But then I also, so this is what I always do, and this is what I learned. I just learned this from like just being in life, you know. When I have something that comes up in my mind and it's something like, okay, I could be on Suboxone or I could be off Suboxone, okay? I always sit down and I write out a list of pros and cons, okay? So that's what we're going to do for Jamie. Okay, Jamie? So Jamie, we're going to write you out a pros and cons for methadone, okay? So we're going to say the first, we're going to write the column, and the first column is going to be stay on methadone. Okay. Stay on don'ts. And then we're going to say on the right, jump off. Okay. All right, Jamie, I want you to participate. Okay. All right, here we go. Hey, Nikki. Okay. So listen up, Jamie. What is one positive of you staying on methadone? What is a positive of you staying on methadone? I'm going to say one positive of staying on your maintenance medication would be the stability of having your recovery, being sober. Okay. Stable sobriety. No back and forth. Okay. Now, the con of having the stable sobriety, but being on methadone, is the dependency. Okay. That's a con to you. Okay. It's not a con to me, but it's a con to you because you said up there, I don't want to have to be dependent. Okay. Jamie says, okay, so another positive is it keeps the cravings down. Okay. No cravings. Okay. What is a negative one? A negative of being on methadone is the cost, the money. All right. Okay. What's another positive of being on methadone? Jamie says it makes her feel normal. So feel normal. Okay. What is a negative on the other side of feeling normal? What is a negative of being on methadone to you? Okay. Maybe having to, you tell me because I'm not on methadone. And that's what I'm trying to have you to see, Jamie. I'm trying to have you see the risk of you getting off methadone. Is the risk greater than the reward of getting off? Is the risk of getting off methadone greater than the reward of being free from it? A lot of us have to sit down and we got to be honest with ourselves, okay? And I'm just going to be straight up. I got to be honest with myself. Is the risk of me jumping off of my 1 milligram Suboxone worth me going out and relapsing and potentially losing my son? Fuck no. So I'd rather stay on 1 milligram of Suboxone for the rest of my life than have to worry or even tempt fate. I have a solid recovery. Y'all know, y'all are here with me. You see me every single day, but it's still not worth the risk. So that's why I'm just chilling like a villain. Hey, Nicole, I have Jamie's number so I can give you hers, okay? Just remind me, all right? Jamie is in, Jamie, you're in Patreon, girl. Why don't you join Nikki's morning meditations? Y'all, and for anybody that is in the chat that hasn't joined Patreon or doesn't know what's going on, Nikki and the girls have been doing a morning meditation. I'm not in there a lot, but I pop in. And they go and they do a morning meditation every morning on Zoom. So y'all should join. Go in there and be in the girls. There's the Patreon link. But Nikki has taken on that responsibility and really been doing a great job. So shout out to you, girl. I'm so proud of you. You know I'm proud of you. Super, super good girl. Hey, Rosie. I didn't even know you were in here. Bye. I don't know, because honestly, Jessica, I don't mind being dependent. I'm dependent on Lexapro and Wellbutrin. And so I think that's what people keep on having this negative stigma around being dependent on a medication. Like, I just don't have any, it's not something negative to me. I'm so happy at this point where I'm at on 1 milligram of Suboxone, you guys. I'm so happy where I'm at. I feel like we've all come such a long way. I feel like I've come such a long way in my recovery that I just feel like right now the best thing for me, at least right now, is to be safe and to just stick where I'm at. So I don't look at being dependent as something negative, And I think that's that old school mentality of you have to be completely abstinent to be in recovery, kind of like that old 12-step mentality. And I just don't buy into that anymore. Like, I don't believe that what I'm on, my medication that I'm on, has anything to do with the quality of my recovery. You know what I mean? And I actually feel like has has nothing to do with it. And I'm more happy than I've ever been. And I haven't ever been able to be this happy because I haven't ever been able to stay sober like this. And so I'm so grateful to be alive and to be sober. And this medication, Suboxone, you guys, saved my life. And I love this medication. And I am so grateful that I tried it, that I got on it. And so I know a lot of people might look at me like I'm a crazy person because so many people want to badmouth maintenance and act like it's something bad, but it's not. I know 9 a.m. Jamie, Jamie's in the Patreon chat, Nicole, just so you know. And Jessica, I'm not referring to you. Because I know you're not trying to be. I know you're not bad mouthing it. But a lot of people have this negative thinking around maintenance, like it has to be a bad thing because I'm dependent on my medication, And so I just don't see it like that. And like I said, I don't buy into that whole like abstinence mindset anymore because honestly, I don't know many people that aren't taking anything. Okay, you're either smoking weed, you're smoking cigarettes, you're drinking alcohol, you're eating pounds of fucking chocolate cake at night because you're a sugar or a food addict. I mean, we all have our vices. You know what I mean? We all have something. I don't know one perfect person who's got it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why, like, I'm okay where I'm at. And I think that this is what a lot of people come to this channel for because they know that they will find support and that they can find people who are like them that are on maintenance medication who are not going to like question it or judge them or make them feel uncomfortable. And so I don't know. I just feel good where I'm at. And so I'm happy and I don't know. I'm not in any rush. I'm not in any rush. Because I am healthy, girl. That's the thing. Like, see, just assuming that I'm not healthy because I'm on Suboxone. And I don't think you're meaning to do it in a bad way, Jessica. Like, I'm going to say that again. I know that you're not coming from a bad place, but that's another thing. Like, kind of like how people just assume that somebody that's plus size has, what you call it, diabetes, Like, I work out, I'm doing CrossFit now. I have a personal trainer. Like, I have changed so much in my life. I'm literally like, I'm doing so good. And so it's this mentality that, like, because somebody's on maintenance, that they're not healthy or they're not doing the most for their recovery. Like, I'm killing it. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean that in a snobby or anything way, but like, just because I'm on maintenance medication doesn't mean that I'm not healthy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way people have taught us to feel. That is what people have brainwashed us into thinking in the recovery community, is that the only way to recover was through that, through abstinence, And so to me, I feel great and I feel healthy and I'm happy. And so that's why I would rather not, I'm just not, I don't feel like I want to try it. People are dependent on a lot of different medications that are helping sustain them. It's mostly some of the NA and AA groups. Yeah. Hey, girl. Hey, Real Betty. What's up, girl? I recently just left a toxic online community and I deleted some of the people off my Instagram. I don't need those people in my life if they are toxic. Hey, girl, that's right. You don't need those people in your life. Hey, Sonia. I'm so glad to see you in here, girl. But I understand. Like, I just want you guys to know, and that's why we talk about maintenance on my channel, because I know a lot of people they have this misunderstanding that, like, because they're on Suboxone or they're on methadone, that they're somehow, like, just kind of left, I guess, less, not, I don't want to say less than, but like less healthy or less likely to, I don't know, whatever. Like, I just look at my maintenance medication as like a vitamin that I take in the morning, because I have a chronic disease, the disease of addiction. And so if I, hold on, hello, who? Sergeant? No, I'm not a police officer. Okay, bye. Sergeant. I know what you mean, Jessica, but I know that you have faith in me, girl, and I probably would be okay. You know what I mean? I'm just not at that stage. I'm just not ready. You know what I mean? Hey, Misty, thank you very much. What's
Nicole,
up, baby?
what's up?
Hey,
It's
I know who
How
it
you
is. What are
doing?
you doing?
Just at my house. How you doing?
I'm good. Tell me about how your sobriety is going. Let me hear about it.
It's going good. I'm on my 44th day.
44 days. How do you
Never
feel?
good. Feel fine.
Okay, Dan. Tell me what you're doing to stay sober. What does your routine look like during the day?
I'm really not doing anything different. I don't know. Once I got past like longest I've went before, it's sad, but 23 days. Once I went past that, I really want to keep it, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome, man. You're doing great. Don't be shy. It's just me.
All right, I know. It's weird. I've never done this before. So,
Well, you're doing great.
all
So
right.
now you got 44 days, and now you're like, hell yeah, man, this feels good. I want to keep going, huh?
Definitely.
Okay, so are you working or anything, or are you just kind of like hanging out at the house? Tell me what, like, do you have a job, or do you looking for a job? Tell me about that.
I'm going to be looking for a job. I don't have a job right now.
That's okay.
So I usually go to Northeast Philadelphia. I live in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when I made them comments about if I take a Xanax, I'll definitely go to Kensington.
Kensington, yes. What kind of work?
Which I
What kind
live
of work
close
did you
to, but
Hey, were you down on Kensington when you were in your active addiction?
I didn't stay there. I would just go there.
Uh-huh.
Kensington's pretty close from, anywhere in the city. People who are staying down there now, I never really stayed there though. I would go to other parts, but I would
And
go there to,
to cop
know,
dope.
yeah.
What was
I
your drug of choice? Heroin?
heroin and coke too at
How many
times.
years did you use for?
What's that?
How many years were you on drugs?
Well, I'm 48 years old. I've been on drugs since I was 28 years, but not really heavy addiction, not in my 20s and not in my 30s. I would be like on the weekends,
Uh-huh.
I did heroin when I was in my 20s, but I would do coke on the weekends back then. I had a good job, all that, do coke. I was like a functioning addict. Didn't really, I did heroin back then, but didn't get addicted to it. I would use it to come down off of coke. And I don't know. But then I did get addicted to it later on. I'm 48 now. Serious addiction to opiates started when I was like 38 years old.
And so how did you get hurt, or did you just try opiates and say, I like this, I'm going to do it again?
I just started taking, I think it was legitimate pain. I started taking pain pills back when
Yeah.
2008, OC 80s.
Oh, yeah, I remember those. And now you got 44 days sober, Dan. Like, I'm so proud of you. I want to help you to stay
About
sober. You're okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to help you to stay and maintain sobriety. I want you to have something to do that's going to help you throughout the day so you don't venture off track. And so that's why, like, I asked you, what are you doing to stay sober? So would you, if I help you and we can text and stuff, I can like help you to do that. Like I can send you things that work for me that I do every day that help me stay sober. And they're not hard things to do. They're just little things to do that make 100% difference, like waking up in the morning. I don't know if you're religious, but like I wake up in the morning and I always thank my higher power for waking me up that morning and that the sun is shining. And I try to be grateful for what I do have instead of focusing on what I don't have.
Definitely.
And that helps.
Sense.
It helps me have like a better state of mind. It helps me like just be happier, especially since we are going through a pandemic right now. It's really easy to get depressed, to feel alone, to feel isolated. And so by having these meetings and coming up here and sharing and doing the Saturday night Mara meeting with us like you've been doing, like these are things that are like, I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it really is going to help you stay sober so much. Having the connection with other people who know what you're going through. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I'm so proud of you for getting up here. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't know. You were talking about, someone was talking in the chat about methadone.
Yeah.
All right. I was on methadone for 5 years. I never thought I'd get off of it. That was 2 years ago when I got on Suboxone.
Uh-huh. How did it go? Tell me about your methadone experience.
For me, I had to do, they were in control of me, so I had to get away because now I have a medical marijuana card. I smoke, use marijuana.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was basically doing they were just in control of my life, so I had to switch over. Honestly, if I think about it, if I had a choice where you could take it at home, I would probably choose methadone, but there's too much, regulations on it.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you test UTs, you would get take homes and all that, but I just never,
Yeah.
So I was at 100 milligrams. And I dropped 30 milligrams within 20 days. To start off, I was dropping 30. I had to drop 30 to get on the Suboxone. So right off the bat, I was pretty much in withdrawal, and it was brutal. But
you were able to do it. What you did? Okay, good. I'm glad you're here today. So you went from methadone onto Suboxone. How was that? Did you go straight over to Suboxone?
So I got down to 30 milligrams. So like I said, I dropped 30 milligrams in the first 20 days. And then I had to get down to 30 milligrams. It took me another 6 months to drop the next 35 milligrams, which I was using the whole time. And that's pretty much when the dope in Philly switched over from, it used to be tan, it was H, and now it's, it's all fentanyl, pretty much.
So tell me this: how do you feel different now that you're on, like, comparing Suboxone to methadone? Like, can you tell like a major difference?
Not really, to tell you the truth. Now that what do they call it? Now that what's the word?
Stable
Now
on your dose?
and it's all the same to me. Like I was held on methadone and I'm held on Suboxone. And even the switch over, the day I had my induction, my doctor was afraid because they're afraid about methadone. Some people actually have to wait like 10 days before they get a Suboxone. Honestly, I think you could switch over in 3 days, but I didn't go into precipitated withdrawal then. I had to wait 3 days with nothing.
I gotta get the dogs are gonna bark their little butts off. Okay. Sorry, Dan. I gotta There you go.
I'm thirsty.
Okay.
So Nicole, my battery's going. That's what I was reaching out there for. Let me see what it's got. It's got 11%. It's all right for now.
Okay.
But it's going to be going.
Well, listen, I'm proud of you, man. 44 days is a huge accomplishment, and I want you to stay connected and keep coming in here. I see you coming in the meetings. I want you to keep coming in the meetings with us. And Saturday night, I'll see you at the Mara meeting. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to go live after our in real life Mara meeting. And so after that meeting, you can come over and we're going to talk about how that Mara meeting went. So I'm proud of you, man. Like, you're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't get discouraged. And, I got your back.
Yep, definitely. So what do you, I'll text you or something on the number you have, Nicole?
Yep, text me on that number.
All right. Well, I'll be here.
All right.
Sure. All right.
I know you will. I love you, man.
All right.
Y'all should see my little boy right now. Look, hold on. Let me show y'all. Are you going to knock all the plates down, Nate? Standing up over there? Hey, Freya. Okay, guys, let me get this. If anybody else wants to come up and share how they're doing, y'all know y'all are more than welcome. Hold on, let me get the link. Hold on. You want me to pour that? I'll do it, Nate. Hold on, guys. I got to pour Nate some chocolate milk. Your what?
My back bends.
Your back hurts. You're 5. I mean 6. How's your back hurt?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was 5.
Silly boy.
I thought it was actually 5 for a second. I thought it was 5-year-old.
He thought he was 5, but he's really 6, y'all. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay. Let me get a link. Hey, Sam. What's up, baby? Hold on, I'm looking at y'all's comments. Oh yes, I will help you guys any way I can. And if you text me, I will text you back. Hi guys. Okay, let me get Jamie, I just sent you the link, okay? To the Patreon. Now let me get, what was I doing? The link to this chat. Anybody that wants to come up and share how they're doing with their progress, you guys, no matter what, if you're, progressing and you're abstinent, if you're progressing and you're on Suboxone or methadone, if you're progressing and you're, smoke medical marijuana, like we support all recovery here on my channel. So it doesn't matter like what you're utilizing to stay sober, we support you no matter what. So let me get the link. Okay, I just dropped the link in the chat, you guys. Come on. My dang dogs are going crazy, y'all. Going crazy. Okay. Hey, is Joe here? Come on, Joe. I just dropped the link in the chat. You can come up here and share. I was telling everybody about hello. Hey, Freya.
Hello. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm currently laying in my bed and I look like death, but I'm doing very well considering. I feel so much better. I just got something called Zofran, which is an anti-nausea pill. So that will help me so I can get back on normal eating again because I'm hardly holding down water and food. It's a struggle just to get my medications that I'm supposed to take in. And then I'm fighting everybody, but I'm finally starting to level out my fight. What is important and what isn't. And I think right now I'm important. And I think the biggest problem for me is admitting that because I protect everyone. I'm a Taurus. If I love you and someone comes for you, it's over. I'm flipping my switch and you better get out of the way.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a handicap, I'm disabled, but adrenaline keeps my pain down. And that's what I'm dealing with now. I don't have any pain unless I'm relaxed. Once I relax, I'm about an 8 to a 10 on the pain scale between those.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
But the adrenaline that I have right now to fight for my life is just, and my relationship with God has just shown me that I can do anything. I'm coming off of 16 milligrams of Suboxone with no taper. No taper.
Know. Honestly, girl,
20
I
plus
can't believe
years
it.
on opiates. I mean, I'm in full-blown withdrawals right now, but my God, I'm doing it and I'm okay. And I thank you all because without the support of this channel and everyone, I would not be here. I would not be here. Thank you. Mahalo. I don't have much to say.
I love you, girl.
With that.
I support you 100%.
I do.
I want you to be healthy. I want you to be careful. I want you to make sure that you're staying hydrated and that you're relaxing because I'm not a doctor, so I don't know how anybody's body is going to respond. But I always want you guys to know, it doesn't matter if you're on Suboxone, methadone, if you're taking kratom, if you're smoking weed. I just want you guys to be healthy. I want you to be able to have your families. I want you to be able to be happy. That's the whole goal, is to be what was it like when you were in addiction? Is your life different than that? Then that's the goal. You know what I mean? I don't want to have my life the way I was when I was in active addiction. And
and I'm not going to say that I'm not an addict, but I'm going to definitely admit that I have addiction in my family and I have addictive characteristics. Just like you, Nicole, food, gaming, whatever do you put in front of me? If it brings me joy, I'm addicted.
I'll take it all.
Right. And so for me, it's just, if I can make some suggestions, which I'm not a doctor either, but if you're ever forced into this situation and you cannot get medical treatment and you are on your own, Pepto-Bismol is wonderful. And so are anti-nausea pills over the counter. And unfortunately, you don't want to take those for too long. But you got to do what you got to do. Because if you go backwards and you get on opiates, then you go back into your addiction. I'm not saying I'm never going to take an opiate for pain if I get in a car accident. But I'm also going to have my levels so low that I don't have to beg for more in the hospital because my tolerance is too high.
Yeah. Well, Freya, I am proud of you, girl, because you have really taken a hit, not being able to get your medication and then just being left out to dry without anything.
No therapy. No therapy even.
You've been doing really, really good, girl. So I really hope that being here with us has been able to help you push through that. I really do. Because you're better than me, girl. You are tougher than I am.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You know the difference is, okay, first of all, number one, you didn't have chronic pain. I've had my hips replaced, bilateral hip replacement, bilateral knee replacement before I was even 40 years old.
Yeah.
I have had this disease since I was 18, but my mom never took me to the doctor. So I have the juvenile onset of rheumatoid arthritis, but who knows how long I actually had it. It didn't show up into my blood until my 20s.
Yeah.
So you don't ever know. And you don't ever know what is hurting and what isn't when your mind is a mess. Your pain is different from physical pain to mental pain. They're two different pains.
Yeah.
And so you really have to get into yourself and what you're feeling, and also try other things before you run to a drug. There's so many things out there.
I love you, girl.
I love you guys. Aloha, all of you. And that means hello, goodbye, and I love you. It's a form of endearment. And mahalo is thank you. And ohana is family. And that's what you guys are to me.
Aloha, mahalo, and ohana, right?
Yep. Correct.
I love you, girl. I love you.
I love you guys.
We have somebody famous in the back room, so I got to bring him on before he dips out. What's up, Joe? Did you see what I said?
Hello? Sorry, for some reason my sound's not working.
Oh, I can't hear you. There you go. Now I can hear you. I got you.
Okay. You hear me, and I can see you.
I hear you good.
More helpful if I could hear myself or hear the reaction.
I hear you good.
I mean, I can share a little bit about.
I would love for you to share. Tell everybody what's going on.
2 months. I have a YouTube channel also. I recently just tapered off the box.
Why can't I hear you? Hold on, buddy. Hold on.
I, however, had a bad relationship with Suboxone. Nicole, I can't hear what you're saying. I see it.
Okay. For some reason, are you like?
Or if I should keep talking, say yes.
Keep talking. Keep talking. Can you guys hear him good? There you go. Keep on going.
I'm gonna check the chat. Is somebody what's up, Joe?
Okay. I can hear you, but it keeps cutting out really bad. Go outside where you have better service.
Oh, maybe it's my service.
Yes,
okay, I'm
yes,
gonna try to
there
go
you
outside
go.
real quick. I can't leave my vape pens.
I'm going to get Joe's channel, you guys, so that way y'all can subscribe to his channel.
Can you hear me now? Well.
Yes, so much better. So tell everybody because I know a lot of people know you have a YouTube channel because we've all been watching your channel, but tell people that don't know what's going on.
All right, so I'm going to just, I guess, share briefly, and if I should be stopped for any reason, just like give me a sign like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically, over the last few months, I was on the maintenance drug Suboxone. Prescribed by my MAP program, and I had a bad relationship with Suboxone. In my opinion, Suboxone is an amazing tool for people that are trying to transition from that crazy, reckless addict to a somewhat manageable life, and that will certainly achieve your goal if that's your goal. But I had a bad relationship. I was abusing it in just crazy high numbers that are just embarrassing to say. And my personality took a turn for the worst, like any addiction will do to you. Just like the last lady was saying, I have an addiction to more of everything that I do, whether it's Oreos or Percocet or movies on Netflix. I'm addicted to more also. But April 15th, I started my taper. I went rather fast because the mother of my kids wasn't allowing me to see my children. And I was really, really hurt by that. So I tapered within 2 months, and I did not have the luxury of tapering to 4 because I had 9 days off from work. Easy for me. It was absolutely nothing. Keep in mind, I jumped off at 4 milligrams, so that's high. But from what I understand, the midpoint of a taper is like 2 milligrams. So I was at 4 when I jumped. The first 3 days, like I said, it was a breeze. It was not even a challenge, really. But the morning of day 4 is when it got really hard. I was so anxious, and it was that obsession like they talk about in AA. I also wanted to add, this is why I like, Nicole, your channel, because there's no rules. Like, I'm not going to curse, but I'm sure I can curse. But
yeah,
you know, in some meetings, you're not allowed to talk about certain topics and stuff. But back to my story was morning 4. I'm pretty sure that's like 96 hours or something. This obsession for kratom came into my mind. And the night before the night that I jumped, I burned sage in my house, and I walked around and I cried. And I told my apartment, there's no room for fear or doubt in this house. We are taking this jump, and we are doing it. And unfortunately, the fourth day was the hardest. That's when I started to use kratom. I got pretty reckless with it because that feeling came back, and I was like, oh wow. And so I went back to work Monday. Today is day 13 with no Suboxone. I still am using kratom and learning how to manage it for symptoms only, but for an addict like me, it's currently a little bit of a struggle to know whether I need to push through or I need to dose again. My addict mind is telling me dose every minute of every day.
yeah.
And I'm trying to differentiate what's true and false. I know one thing that I'm lacking is a program. I had over 2 years sober at one point, and I went to men's AA. And for whatever reason, I'm just not using God or any type of program, thinking I'm just going to win this whole thing. I'm not going to win a battle over myself, using myself.
You got to let go.
But that's my story in the overall. It's been 13 days, no subs. I'm using kratom to get through it. I'm ready to get off of that as soon as possible. And maybe this group will be just the help that I need, you know? So,
dude,
I guess maybe I'll
you
try
gotta connect. You got to connect with one of our guys. His name is Merk, and he is so awesome. It's Merk and Joe E, and then this other guy named Corrales. Like, they're like all the guys of the group, and they're solid, and they will be there to support you no matter what. And
okay. Maybe I should back out so I can hear what you're saying. If that's cool, give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I want to be able to hear. So
okay,
thank you guys for letting me share a little bit.
Okay, come back. He'll be back. Oh gosh, I'm so excited. You guys, like, I always worry that people are going to think that I'm being like bossy, or that I am like, I don't want anybody to ever think that I am trying to be bossy or anything. My whole thing here on my channel is that you can't do it alone. I don't care if you're on heroin. I don't care if you're a crack smoker. I don't care if you're shooting meth. I don't care if you're using kratom. I don't care if you're trying to get off Suboxone, or if you're on Suboxone and you're staying on it, or methadone. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is you building a foundation of support in your recovery. That is what I care about. And so I think that you know that, Joe, and I always get worried because a lot of guys in the recovery community, I think they take me the wrong way because I talk about my opinion or what I think will work. And it's never because I want anybody to feel like I'm trying to attack them or that I think I know it all. I just see something in you that I have seen in myself. And so I know you can hear me, Joe, so I want you to listen to me, okay? When you first made your video, like it was probably a year ago, and you were talking about the struggle with the snorting and just thinking about the Suboxone all the time, that's exactly how I was with like Xanax and methamphetamine, and like I was like constantly just obsession, and it was like anything I felt like if I felt I was at work and I had a bad day, I was going to get high. If I was, having a good day, I was going to use. If I had a table come in with 30 people, I needed to have more cocaine or more Xanax or more, meth to get that 30 top of people worked out. And so like I was the same. I did the same thing, right? And so I remember when you first made the video talking about the obsession to use the Suboxone over and over and over again. And that's why I felt like I also think, Joe, that there's other people that might have, a little bit of a play in the situation. But I hope you know that, like, I just want you to be okay. I want you to make it. I think it's fucked up that your ex keeps your children away from you because of being on maintenance medication. I hate that. And I hate because you shouldn't have to be rushed off. You should have been but shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You made it off though. You're off, right? You're off Suboxone. That was the goal. Okay. So now that you're utilizing Kratom, right, to just catch to deal with the waves that are going on, right? That doesn't have to be a bad thing, okay? But what it will be a bad thing if you get out of control like you were with the Suboxone, okay? So that is why, and I know you're probably so annoyed with me, right? That is why I always come into your comments and I'm like, we got support. You need support. You need to come over here with us. And I'm like, da, 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 on the keyboard. And I messaged him on Facebook and I messaged him on Instagram. I mean, y'all, I've been stalking Joe for over a year, trying to get him to come over here and just be in the community. It's not about subscribing and the channel growing. Like, that has nothing to do with it. Like, I'm telling you for 100% that having this channel, having all of you guys, having the support, like, I wouldn't even be here today if I hadn't got into some kind of recovery support program and then having this accountability. Hey, Merk, I just linked it here. I'll get it again, Merk. Merk, I need you and the guys to rally around Joe and help him out, okay? Because he needs, okay, I just linked it in the chat. He really needs our support, you guys. He's transitioning. He's been able to get off Suboxone, but now he's doing the Kratom dance. And so we need to help him be accountable because here's the thing. I support MAT treatment, okay? And MAT to me can be anything that is helping you maintain. We have people here that smoke weed and that literally saved their life. We have a whole gang of people that are on Kratom and that has saved their life. But what the thing is, the difference is the abuse, okay? Be honest. We have to be honest with ourselves inside of our hearts. If you know, Joe, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm taking too much Kratom. I'm using this to escape the way I'm feeling. You know that in your heart. I know you know that, and you're being honest about it on your channel. And so that's going to save you, man. Just keep on telling on yourself. Keep on saying it. Like, yeah, I don't want to deal with the anxiety. I don't want to deal with the way I feel because that's just what it is. We don't want to deal with the way we feel. I'm not getting off Suboxone. I'm on 1 milligram and I don't feel like dealing with that shit right now. So I'm chilling. I am chilling like a villain. But see, here's the thing. I have the luxury of being able to be on Suboxone and be happy. Okay. I have nothing trying to stop me from being on it. I have nothing like I don't have any, like, so I'm okay. Like, but I understand that there are some people that are not happy being on maintenance. I'm happy where I'm at. You know what I mean? If something was to happen and I was no longer happy, then I might, I might get off. But I'm just chilling right now. Now that could change. Listen, you guys, that can change. In 3 months, I could be coming on here telling y'all I'm ready. I'm getting off. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I am. So, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we all know deep down in our hearts whether we're doing the right thing. Okay? Today, I know without a shadow of a doubt, I'm doing the right thing. Today, the focus is not on me and what I'm doing to help myself anymore. And that's how we know. You can feel it. You know what I mean? You can feel it in your heart whether you're doing the right thing or not. Okay? And that's what I have. Like, I feel in my heart, like, you just be where you're at, stick and stay, ride out this wave, ride out this pandemic drama and all this stuff that's going on in the world. And then I might revisit the whole, jumping off. Now, I'm still going to go down though. Like, I'm going to get down to 0.5 and then I'll go down lower than that. I think I'm going to get down to like 0.25. And you guys will know. You'll see it. You'll hear. I'll update you on how I'm feeling. But Joe, you have been running. You have been running from the support. You have been pulling and isolating, you're exposing. Yes, that's what it is. It's like that. That's what it is. Yes. And so stop fighting it. Stop isolating yourself from everybody else. There's good people that want to be a part of your life and that have been trying to be of service and to help you and to be supportive. And it's like you're just running from it, And then there's people who are going to act like they want to help you and support you, and they're not really there to support you or help you. They're just there to either enable you or, we have people here who actually want to like support each other. That's why it's so important to me. This channel is so important to me, you guys. Like, that's why I come on here and I do what I say I'm going to do when I say I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? But the main thing is, like, anybody here, doesn't matter, what method of treatment that you're using, whether it be 12 steps or abstinence or refuge recovery or smart recovery, you guys are all welcome here. You know what I mean? Nobody is ever going to be judged ever here. And if somebody comes in here talking crazy to you, I will knock them the fuck out of here. Okay? But the only reason why, Joe, is because I'm the same exact person you are, only I'm a woman. I am you, only in a woman's body. I did this, and that's the thing. Like, I have been able to actually, like, find support, find a community, find people I can relate to. But I was running for so many years, and I kept thinking, you know what? God left me. He abandoned me. He doesn't care about me. And I was out there just doing all this shit. And it wasn't that God ever left me. It was because I disconnected from him. I left him. And when I run away from everybody and I am secluding myself and isolating myself, I don't have anyone else to compare or to see side by side. And so I could just get worse and worse and worse and deeper and downer in that hole. And so in recovery, you guys, that's why it's so important for us to have support. So important to help us stay accountable. A lot of people say things to me like, why do you always talk about recovery? Do you think you're going to have to do this forever, right? And I'm telling you guys, like, I know that it sounds crazy and that may be overkill, but yeah, I'm going to have to do this forever. And instead of looking at it from that point of view, like, do I have to do this forever, right? I look at it like this, like, I get to do this forever because recovery has given me my life back. I wouldn't be alive today if I didn't have my higher power, God, if I didn't have my recovery. So this is a gift for me, and I just want to keep on doing it and sharing it with other people. And so I am so happy that, like, the recovery community is broadening and people's minds are opening up, and we have like such an eclectic, open-minded, accepting group of people who, like I said, everyone's recovery is different. Whether you know in your heart if you're doing the right thing, you feel it. Okay, it's like God consciousness is what it is. You know, you feel it, and so that's what you do. You go off of that compass inside of you, and it'll direct you the right way, and you'll know. You know what I mean? But you got to tap into that feeling. And so, for me to tap into that feeling and to be able to hear that conscious, right, that God talking to me, I had to get all the dope out of my system. I had to get. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was out of my mind to where I was seeing demons, and like we would call them nanichis. I would go into these hallucinations where I would see these dark black shadow people. And it was, I swear to God, you guys, it was the devil. It was the devil coming for me. Okay? Because my addiction, I was in my, that's what I was doing. I was sinning. I was killing myself. Today, I'm not doing that to myself. Today, I'm not in my addiction today. And I try to be selfless and help others, and that helps me to stay sober. You know what I'm saying? Like, it helps me. And so I'm just glad that, I'm so glad you came in here, Joe. I'm so proud of you, Jessica. You get a gold star, girl. I'm so proud of you bringing him in here, because I've been trying to get his ass over here forever. But you got a good group of people here. Like, I'm a little bit on the crazy side, but I will let anybody come up here and share that wants to come up and share. Like, I just really want you guys to be able to utilize this recovery support community, and know that you have people here that understand. You have people here that we've all been down through there, okay? None of us is better than the other. You know what I mean? Just because somebody has been sober for 4 years, or somebody over here has been sober for 1 year, right? You did great, man. Dan, you did a good job coming up here. Just doesn't mean, it doesn't make any of us different or better than. We are all in the same boat. We are all trying to stay sober one day at a time, you guys. We're all trying to improve our lives. And that is what this is all about. I couldn't, look at me, you guys. I got my son taken from me by Child Protective Services. Okay? Today, I can be a mother to my son. Today, I can take care of my child. I could not do that in my addiction. Like, that is a miracle. Okay? That is a miracle. So we are all miracles. Okay? Okay, man. See you later. Thanks for coming in. Oh, I know. I'm fixing to end this, y'all. I've been on for 2 hours. My legs are killing me sitting in this chair. We recover better together. Yes. And so anybody, just so you guys know, okay, tomorrow night I will be live at 7. Okay. We're going to have our MERA group tomorrow night, which is Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. All right. Then Saturday, I'm leaving for vacation. So I have called and texted LT over at the Recovering Addict channel, and I let him know that I'm going to be gone for a week, about a week. Okay. And so for anybody that's struggling, that needs support for the week, Saturday through Thursday of next week, starting this Saturday, LT will be going live every single night. Okay. And so I will come on from the hotel room, and I will live stream from vacation. But I just want you guys to know that there is support out there, and I've talked to LT, so he'll be ready to be able to handle it and let y'all know that he'll be here to support you guys. Okay. So the recovery community is changing so much, you guys, because solid people are stepping forward in the recovery community, and we are all helping each other now. There is no competition here. This is a team effort. We're trying to help each other. We're trying to save our lives and help other people save their own lives, you know? Oh, there it is right there, Donna. There's the link right above you. Merck just linked it. But I don't want you guys to get worried or think, oh my God, Nicole's not going to be around. I promise you guys, Saturday night when I get to the hotel, I will go live to check in and show you guys the hotel room and all that good stuff, right? And then I think Sunday we'll probably have a down day, but then on Monday we're going to go to Silver Dollar City, and so I'll probably live stream a little bit of that and show you guys that. But I just want you to know that I have resources lined up for while I'm gone. And if any of you guys need extra resources, all you have to do is get a hold of Merck. Merck has all the Mara meetings. Hey, Merck, will you link the Mara in the chat real fast for me? My phone just died. I'm sorry. That way, if anybody wants to go to a Mara meeting, those are always going on during the day on Zoom. I will be in the Mara meeting Saturday night, so don't fret. I'm going to be there from Branson. I'm going to be like, hey, guys. So everybody that goes to the Mara meeting with us on Saturdays at 6 Central, I will be there. So I love you guys, too. And listen, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. But listen, seriously, you guys, like, I really want you guys to understand something. Like, we are all in this together. And so for the first year and a half of my channel, like 2 years ago when I first started it, so many people in the community were competing with each other. There was a lot of cattiness. There was a lot of girls that were mean and hateful, and it was just bad. Okay. And so basically the recovery community has dwindled down, and not a lot of people go live every night, and not a lot of people do recovery related content like we do over here every night. And so the people are stepping up that are wanting to be of service, it's not like it used to be. It's not all drama. It's like, I'm so happy. I'm so glad that Joe came in here. Again, thank you, Jessica, for bringing him in. I have been trying to get a hold of Joe to come over here for over a year. Like, I've been on his page, messaging him on Instagram. Like, I'm serious, y'all. So good job, Jessica. But I'm just here. I just want to help. That's all I want to do, you guys. I'm not here because I think I know it all. I'm not here because I think I'm better than you. I'm not here for any of that. I'm just here because I want to help. I know what it was like in my addiction. I know you guys can relate to it. And I know that it helps when we have a group. I know that just for me alone, coming on here and doing the meetings at night, how it helps me. Okay? It helps me. So I know that if it's helping me, then I know it's got to be helping somebody else, And so connecting with people, it's so important, especially during these times that this damn coronavirus has got us all locked in. Y'all know I'm a consistent queen. I'm here every damn night, damn near. And so we are in this together. We are in this together. And I know it's hard. Listen, Dan, I'm so proud of you. Joe, I'm so proud of you for coming up and sharing. Freya, I'm so proud of you. I know it's hard to come up and be in front of everybody on the camera or talk and share. I know it's difficult to make new friends when you don't know the people. Believe me, I know. I get so uncomfortable. I think people are judging me. I get anxiety. But I'm telling you, if you'll just do it and come hang out with us, I promise you will not regret it. Right, guys? So good job, Jessica. Thanks, girl. I'm proud of you for bringing him over here because he is a good guy. Yes, Donna. Hey, Merck. We all go to, or at least I do. We all go, me, Merck. Oh, yeah, we all do. Go to the Saturday night one at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Merck is at a bunch of them. Merck, which ones do you go to? Hey, Donna, don't you have my cell phone number? Hold on. Yes, reach out. Hey, Donna, text me. And I'll... Okay, good. Text me and I'll send you the link to the one that we go to. Okay, guys, I guess I'll let y'all go. And when I get back from vacation, it'll be the middle of August, you guys, like August 20th or something when I get back and I have all my out of town stuff done. But when I get back from that, we are going to start doing our workouts again. Okay. So don't give up on me. I've just been doing personal training, and I have been doing, I've been doing the personal training with my trainer. And so I haven't been able to, I don't think you can tell I've lost any weight. I don't think y'all will be able to tell. Yeah, you can't really tell, but I'm losing weight, y'all. So when I get back from California, when I get back from Missouri, we will get back on our workouts together on Zoom like we were doing. So if you're not a patron, go ahead and join Patreon so you can do the workouts with us. Okay. All right. Love you guys. I'm going to go wash my makeup off my face and charge my phone up, and I will see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our Mara meeting after I get done with my Mara meeting tomorrow. All right. Bye, y'all.